Hello and welcome to another episode of Unboxing with Paul. And today I'm excited to bring you guys Ghostek's Iron Armor case for the Galaxy A11. Let's take a look at it. If this is your first time watching this, welcome to the channel. Thank you. And get ready because Ghostek has quite a few different styles of cases and they're a pretty good company with a really attractive packaging. I'm a huge fan of their packaging, from the color scheme to the holographic names to the little window that you see inside to the little magnetic clasps on the side that just make the experience a lot nicer, to the back of the box that is pretty honest about the amount of credit cards you can stick in there. It lets you know that you can only stick one credit card in there so that you do not get your hopes up about stashing 2 to 3 in there. And let's go ahead and pop it open. I'm a huge fan of these Iron Armor cases, as they tend to come with quite a few goodies and they tend to be pretty affordable. In the box, we usually get Ghostek's matte black sticker to help build brand loyalty. What I have been seeing with these Iron Armor cases lately is that they have been coming with screen protectors. And I believe the very first one that we had kind of came in chipped and we had a bad experience, but I don't think that's happened ever since. And the previous one we had came out nicely. And then we can see that this other one also came out very nicely. No details, no cracks. Thank you, Ghostek, because it does not say on the box that you're gonna get a screen protector, and it's just a nice little surprise to have. Okay, the case itself is made out of a black polycarbonate shell on the back, meant to be abrasion resistant, and then the inside of it is lined with a thermoplastic polyurethane meant to absorb shocks and meant to absorb those impacts so that your phone doesn't rattle as much when it gets hit or when it gets dropped. Alright, and once we put our phone in there, it is a very nice snug fit. So I'm a huge fan again of these Iron Armor cases because of the huge lips on them. The back has to be a 4 to 5 millimeter raised lip around your camera. So that thing is gonna be very well protected when it lands like this. And then on the front, we can see a solid 2 millimeter raised lip on the front. So when it happens to fall flat on its face, it's not gonna immediately damage the screen in case you have a flat surface. And again, huge fan of them because of the fact that I get driven up the wall by Samsung because they put the power and the volume buttons on the same side every single time. I'm trying to turn it up, I'm trying to turn it down. I turn off the screen, I end my phone call, I end whatever I'm doing. And I'm not a fan of that. I have to have the buttons on different sides, or at the very least, I like to have the power button be texturized. But we can see that Ghostek has kind of thought of that a little bit, and they've remedied it by having the power button be labeled with the power icon and the volume down be labeled with a minus and the volume up be labeled with a plus. Very good attention to detail. And we can also see a very nice cutout for a lanyard. At the very bottom, we have a cutout for our speakers as well as our Type-C port. And we can see that the pinhole microphone is dead center, nicely cut out. It's not going to be obstructed in any way, shape, or form. On the very right side, we can see our slot for our single credit card that we're going to be able to store in there. And at the very top, we have our slot for our headphone jack. And we can see that it's actually, It's not as wide as I would have liked the scene actually, as I saw it on the Galaxy A21. That could be a problem with some headphones as they tend to have bigger jacks and sometimes they don't plug it all the way. And we can see that again, also, our pinhole microphone is very nicely dead center, very nicely lined up. Again, a good job, Ghostek, very, very nice attention detail. And at the very front of the phone, we can see a cutout for the earpiece. We can see here that there's a little bit recessed. And again, very good at the attention detail. They didn't have to do that, but they did nonetheless. So these iron armor cases tend to include, or not tend, they always include a belt clip so that you can holster this phone and carry it around like this. In addition to that, it also doubles as a backup kickstand in case you happen to break or in case you don't want to use your current kickstand that is currently built in the device. Let's go ahead and test it out. Usually I chuck these against the wall, but we've seen that they don't fall apart when we chuck them against the wall, so we can assume that the rest of them are pretty safe and they're not going to fall when we chuck them against the wall. However, what I would like to see is if this one will also completely get destroyed when I happen to drop it with the kickstand open, as literally about 10 minutes ago, the last case that we dropped on the ground just got completely destroyed. Rest in peace, rest in peace, iron armor case for the Galaxy A11. Okay, that one survived. So this one survived the initial drop, okay, and we can see that it bent rather than break, and we can nicely put it back in its case, and if we use it again, it should still remain usable. So that's actually a lot better than the last one. Holy cow, this one did a lot better. This one bounced a lot more. So it kind of went out of its little railing thing there. Let's go ahead and try to put it back in there, and look at that. It still remains usable. It did not break like the last one. So is this one maybe made out of better material? I do not know. Man, I think I would have to grind these guys up and run them through some sort of chemical analyzer to be able to tell you if there's a difference in the compound of these, or if maybe the weight of the phone makes a difference, because these are slightly different devices. Obviously, one is bigger than the other. One is going to be heavier than the other. And, you know, that just can't be, I was going to say that can't be coincidence, because there we go. That finally broke. So we can see, actually, and it didn't break. The other part fell out. Let's see, hold on. I don't think it broke, actually. I think that it slid out, but I don't think it broke. Let's see. So I think that it really just kind of flexed a little too much and it fell out of its little railing thing. But it remains operational. Look at that. So that's what you want to see with cases. You want to see a polymer, you want to see a compound that bends, you want to see a compound that, you know, that gets pushed to its limit and still remains usable. You know, granted, this might be a little wonky now, but it survived. It survived the drop. It did not break like the last one did. So now I'm going to keep dropping these. I don't care. I want to see what's the breaking point, because that's what the case is for. You're going to be dropping it. I'm going to be dropping it. And they're not going to be under ideal situations. Again, nobody lives in an ideal world. We've gone over this. So that's why I chuck them against the wall. That's why I drop them. I want to see the breaking point. And I'm actually decently satisfied. I'm happy. I'm happy with this. This performed a lot better than I thought it did. Let me know in the comments. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think this performed standard, or are my standards just way too low? Also, make sure to be subscribed so that you can be entered into the giveaway for the Alcatel Ray Tap 2 tablet. The moment I reach 750 subscribers, I'm going to be giving one of these guys away. All you have to do is comment and resubscribe. And as always,